Hi everyone, Dawn here. Thanks for watching. I am operating on very little sleep. Look, you can even see little baggy booze. I'm getting ready to hop in the bathtub and soak for a little while. But I've been watching Amberlynn Reed trying to catch up on her latest drama. If you know who Amberlynn is, you may know what I'm talking about. But I did a live earlier and I talked about, for those who don't know, my brother passed away on August 2nd, and we're all really emotional right now. And in the live I did, I shared a story about him, and I don't know if everyone rewatches lives or anything, so I thought I'd share the story again here on just a regular video because I think it's an actually pretty special story. So we grew up in a shrimping / fishing village, and we were pretty much cut off from society. We never went to town. We didn't have a grocery store there. We had a little butcher shop, and, he had a little convenience store where we would go and bring our bottles for nickels. Remember when you could do that? And get candy and chips and sodas, and we'd even be sent there to buy our parents cigarettes and stuff like that. But as far as the grocery store, like the big grocery store, my mom went to Pantry Pride. She didn't go to the grocery store very often. If we left that little village, it was an occasion. But anyway, my brother that recently passed away, he's 8 years older than me, and we lived right on the river, and where we lived, it was, the St. Johns River, but it was very close, to the mouth to the Atlantic Ocean. And a lot of dolphins would come on into the river and, play and jump and make their adorable noises. And so my brother would walk me down to the boat dock, and we'd just sit on the edge and just watch the dolphins for a little while, just doing dolphin things. And I've always loved dolphins. I have a dolphin tattoo, but it's really terrible. The artist that did it, he did a terrible job, but it was a long time ago. It was my first tattoo. It's horrible. But anyway, I've always loved dolphins. And so I went to see my brother in the hospital, and where the hospital is, it's right on the river, right on the St. Johns River, and the view from the lobby of the floor he was on was just beautiful, a beautiful view. And it's not unusual to see dolphins even on that part of the St. Johns River, which is further, down the river, further away from the ocean. And it's not really unheard of to even see a right whale in the St. Johns River. I've never personally seen one, but I know people who have said they have. And at the Museum of Science and History, they have a big life-size thing of a right whale, and it says, you can see right whales in the St. Johns River. So, I mean, if they say that at the Museum of Science and History, it must be true. But anyway, I'm getting off track. I'm going to get emotional. I'm going to try to hold it together, though. But the day my brother died, when we were leaving the hospital, me and Eric were standing, like leaning against this railing, and looking out the big window in the lobby. And I'm trying to suck it up. We saw dolphins and jumping and playing in the river. So, and that was one of my memories of my brother watching the dolphins. So anyway, he had a really full life, though, so. But I'm gonna go. This is obviously sadness, but it's also lack of sleep, so I'm gonna take my bath and I'm gonna cuddle with Brian and the kitties and maybe get a little rest. But I'll talk to everyone later. Bye.